I'm trying to imagine how your facial expression is now.
I'm kind of half smiling. How's yours?
I'm full smile.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, as I said, I've been seeing you a little bit talk about the way that you promote dance and the situations that you face. And I liked what you said about this, the paradox of calling something invisible
Yeah.
and then making it even more visible by naming it. And I think, I don't know, what I'm trying here in the frame of teaching a workshop, I'm teaching a workshop for the MA students, it's a little bit the same thing. It's like to kind of veil the function of the one that teaches the workshop and kind of unveil all the other experts and making kind of visible that the knowledge that people bring in already, you know, the feeling of you know already when you come. So I don't have to teach you really, but I kind of try to find ways to support people in taking the space to actually claim what they know. So that's basically a little bit what I do. It's kind of this invisible knowledge that a workshop might exclude by its theme and topics and everything. And yeah, that's what I do right now here.
Did you hear some things that make you surprised in the conversation that we had about this invisible center?
Not really. I mean, I kind of, not surprised, but what I liked very much was also like that for me it sounded more like it's not about visibility, but it's more like about not allocating one place to one thing, and how that is in a way mobilizing in a very different way, and how you're getting more powerful through that.
Yeah.
You know, like less vulnerable, like less centralized, like a little bit what Karima said, you know, this kind of, you have a center, but then it's also, it stands for many more things than just the center itself, where things happen.
I think it has a lot to do with the identity. Like, can I ask a question?
Sure.
If somebody that doesn't know you in, let's say, in metro, in public transportation in Berlin, ask you what's your occupation, what would you answer?
I would probably say like where I'm right now. I would say I'm an artist working in an institution and having a lot of fun, but a lot of doubts also about that one.
What kind of art? I'm just trying to put myself in that position. Like a stranger asking question. Like I know that it doesn't normally happen here. Like in my context, the taxi drivers even ask you what's your occupation sometimes. If especially you look a bit different, they would love to know who are you, then they start with the occupation. I know that if you imagine that someone asks you and you answer that you answer like this, then he or she would get further and ask what kind of art, would you answer? Like,
I mean, I do say that I'm working in dance, but then of course there comes always like the cliche, okay, so you can stretch your legs like to nowhere, and so on and so on, and then the whole age thing comes up, are you still doing it, blah blah blah. So then I probably tried for them to understand that it's not what they think dance is, but then mostly they're really turned off and then they stop kind of talking to me.
Yeah. You know, if someone asks me in Tehran, what's your occupation, I cannot say that I'm dancer.
What do you say then?
an actor.
Like,
Even the actors are fighting for their identity. Like, if you would say that I'm an actor, they would say, no, yeah, okay, but what's your occupation? Like, what's your job? Then they're more easy now with the acting, but not with the dancing. I mean, like, this is something about the identity of you as an artist. So it has to do with invisibility, I would say. Like, if I don't feel comfortable in my society, and I say I'm a dancer, like with confidence, it means that I'm invisible, like because I'm trying to hide what I'm doing. Like, just an example, like I started, like, after 6 years, I started like 2 years ago to ask my students that when you want to come here in the workshop, what you would say to your parents. Maybe 90% of people says that we're going to a yoga class or sport or painting class or whatever, and 10% would say that we're going to a dance class.
Yeah. But how is it then when you come here, no? Like, when you don't have to hide anymore and when you're super visible?
Yeah.
Does that, I mean,
yeah,
you know, like, okay, maybe that's what I imagine, but I feel like that's also one of the motivation that drives you, you know, like I've talked to Karima a little bit, like, how do you deal with all that pushing and against the laws, against this kind of, you know, precarious situations that you cannot be visible. And then you come here, does it, how do you feel? I mean...
I try to answer the questions. First of all. Like, it takes lots of energy, I think, to explain the situation and try not to be exotic, you know.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that.
Yeah, when you feel yourself in a kind of showcase, it's like you don't feel that you're in a equal situation.
Yeah.
You know, you're here, then dance is free. You can proudly to say, maybe, that I'm a dancer. So I need to be treated equal, you know. Then I'm just answering the question about censorship and how is the situation, which is fair. I mean, like, I should answer this question, no worries. But I'm just trying to share my feeling. Like, I don't feel free here because everybody remind me from which context I came from.
I understand. Yeah.
Then I cannot feel a dancer. I always feel a dancer from this part of the world, from this context.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it takes time, maybe we should fight for this. We have a battlefield in Tehran and we have another in Berlin. I don't know.
Yeah. I had I can only explain it like, so my first dance studies were in Africa. And it was like almost the other way around. Like, we were the ones that couldn't dance and we were like being laughed at all of the time. But I really enjoyed it. It was a wonderful way of being exotic in a reverse sense. You know? Like, it was actually quite inviting, and somehow I keep that in my mind. Meeting other cultures, that it's not always this what you're saying, like this respectful inquiring and very politely putting you back where you belong in the mind of the people talking to you, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
How was that? Like, why they were laughing at you?
I liked it. It kind of made it very easy to be wrong. Do you know, it was not like, it was obviously that we didn't belong there, but it
Yeah.
wasn't a taboo and we weren't trying to pretend it was all equal.
Yeah.
But through that it became like more a game or some sort. I don't know how to say, like, so it kind of relieved the seriousness that you can give to that situation, you know? Like, so nobody tried to be politically correct, quite the contrary, that was completely incorrect, but that made it kind of palpable or tangible, you know? So it's almost like you were talking about the taboo that you wouldn't talk otherwise about it. So I really liked it.
Lots of things in my mind.
Like what?
Like, can you imagine the same condition and feeling that one African could have here? I mean, the same feeling that you had in Africa.
Probably not. But I don't know. Like I probably not.
You know, it just reminded me a very special moment. That one of the first times that I met people from Germany. It was in a Iranian restaurant in Bonn.
In Bonn.
Yeah. We've been there for a festival, like Theater der Welt,
Oh yeah.
in 2001.
Yeah.
So we invited German friends to Iranian restaurant. So to eat Iranian food, you have to take your fork and your spoon. We don't use the
Knife. Yeah.
So when the restaurant people brought the food, almost all of the German friends asked for the knife because they told themselves this is the way that we eat the food. And it was really a strong moment for me. If it was the same situation in Iran or we here, I could see ourselves that we didn't have enough self-confidence to live in our own way or to behave in our own way. You know, we were like, okay, maybe we should figure it out how to deal with this knife and fork, but we didn't ask for a spoon, you know, we never ask for a spoon in a restaurant. And this is the question that I'm asking.
The question, what is your question?
The question
About
the question was, you said, my question?
Oh, you didn't have one. Okay, good.